how can I increase my Iman?
The golden question
Is to pray, I believe.
look, Iman is of two things. It's either going up or down. Iman is never, ever, ever neutral.
Subhanallah.
And Iman is like anything. The more you work, the more you see. The more you put in, the more you get out. Wallahi, anything you do, as long as it's done according to a sunnah, and as long as it's done according to what Allah wants, you'll find fruits in it. Listening to a talk, going to the masjid, making istighfar, just remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, praying, reading Quran, anything you do, giving charity, anything you do for Allah increases your Iman. When does your Iman come down? When you become neglectful, you sort of start pulling away, you get a bit caught up, you get busy. That's when and subhanAllah, I've noticed for myself, whenever my Iman comes down, it's like a snowball effect, and everything else just sort of starts to catch on to it.
And to, I don't know, this is my advice, I think, to know your faults, to admit your faults and say, what I'm doing is wrong, and then work to better yourself as a person. Obviously, inshallah, your Iman, inshallah, will increase. Because you need to sometimes talk to yourself and say, man, what I'm doing is wrong. I'm not doing it right. I need to do this and this. And you're right.
But go to the houses of Allah. Look, I'll give you a very, very quick example. When you make wudu, right? When you make wudu, and there are specific hadith that whoever makes wudu with the intention of going to the masjid, right? Anyway, there's so much reward of how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wipes away your sins and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But
every drop, subhanAllah.
Right, but imagine that when you make wudu with the sole intention of going to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to pray one of the fara'id prayers, right? Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, right? Then from the moment you make that intention, from the wudu, sins are falling away, heart is being cleansed, reward is happening. Then jumping in the car or walking or however you get to the masjid, every step you take, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wipes away your sin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases your level. Going into the masjid, you get rewarded. Praying in jama'ah, you get rewarded.
And if I can interrupt and say, your friends,
yeah, absolutely,
your friends play a big part in your Iman as well. I remember when I started to hang around with the friends that weren't practicing Muslims. They were Muslims by name, obviously. They weren't practicing Muslims, subhanAllah, and it felt like my Iman dropped. Yeah. But as soon as you surround yourself by practicing brothers, you're always at the masjid, subhanAllah, your Iman increases. We ask Allah Azza wa Jalla to allow your Iman to increase, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala.